In number 9, you have to think back to chapter 6 to figure out what kind of shape this is. This is actually a rhombus this time, but it has the same formula as a kite. So we're still doing 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. But what I need you to be aware of is that the 20 they're giving you is only measuring that little piece of that diagonal. We need to know for D1 what the whole diagonal is. That's always plugging in what the whole diagonal is. So you would actually have to fill in that this other piece is 20. That whole diagonal is 40. And then this diagonal, that little piece is 30. Because it's bisected, the other little piece is also 30. So that piece is 60. So we're just using some properties back from chapter 6. So the one diagonal has a total length of 40. The other one has a total length of 60. So that's 1/2 of 2400, which means the area for this problem is 1200 feet squared. Number 10. This is also a rhombus right now, and we are trying to find its area. So that's going to be 1/2 diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. But we run into a problem pretty fast here. This diagonal I could figure out. This piece is 3. So I know that one's 6. But there are no numbers going any direction on that diagonal. So what we need to be careful about with that diagonal is that 45 is actually trying to help us figure out what's going on here. As I need to look at this triangle that's right here. If I drew the outside of the triangle, that 45 degrees is up in this corner. It's kind of hard to tell. And I just filled in that that bottom piece is 3. So you need to recognize back from last chapter that this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So this is going to be leg, leg, leg radical 2. So I'd actually know that this other leg over here is also 3 because of the 45 degrees. Those have to be equal. And this is 3, which means this other diagonal is actually 6 as well. So the area is going to be 1/2 of 6 times 6, which is 1/2 of 36, which is 18 centimeters squared. So that's one type of problem. That's actually what the majority of your homework is going to be, problems where I give you a picture and you've got to use the formula. So again, make sure you're using the formula correctly, you're doing the right operations at the right time, and that you're plugging the right thing in. Especially these diagonal ones, make sure you're giving the whole diagonal, which means you're adding the pieces together. The other type of problem you're going to see on your homework is where they actually give you what the area is, and we have to work backwards to figure out what the missing piece is. So if you look at 11, it says the area of a trapezoid is 44 centimeters squared, and the height is 8 centimeters, and one base is 4 centimeters. We want to know the length of the other base. My strong suggestion for you, for these guys, is that you start with the formula. That is the easiest way to do these. We did problems similar to this back in chapter 1 if you looked at your 1.8 notes, just with different formulas. And I told you the same thing. So I'm going to write down the trapezoid formula first, because that's the shape we're dealing with. And then I'm going to plug in everything I know. The key is I know the area already. The area is 44, so that can go right in here. So we're going to get 44 is equal to 1/2, and then we're plugging in the other pieces that we do know. I know that the height is 8, so I can put that over on the end here. Whoops. That the height is 8. And I know that one of the bases is 4, so I can plug that in there. And that tells me that this is 4. I don't know the other base, so I'm just going to leave that alone and call it B2. This then turns into an algebra problem that you need to solve, and actually, it might be easier. Let's just call this X. That's what we're trying to find. So if we call it X, that's what we're trying to solve for. So I need to be able to get to the X. The first step I would do, is I don't like this fraction, is we can actually multiply this in any order. So we can multiply those two together first and do 1/2 of 8. That's going to be 4 times 4 plus x. And then we can distribute. We're now thinking very algebraically. 4 equals 16 plus 4x. And we're trying to solve for x here. So I'm going to subtract the 16. That is going to give me 28 is equal to 4x. And divide by 4. and that tells me that that missing piece was 7. So the missing base that we were looking for is 7, and this would just come out as plain centimeters because that is not the area. We already had the area. That's when we square it. Because we were finding the base, it's just plain centimeters. So again, it's use the formula, plug into the formula, and then it's just an algebra problem from there. If you start with the formula and plug in, you just have to do algebra to figure out what the missing piece is. We got one more page. In number 12, it says we are dealing with the area of a kite, so I'm going to write the formula down first. Again, that's my very first step. Area equals 1/2 d1 times d2. And then we're going to plug in what we know. We know that the area of the kite is going to go here is 100. So we have 100 is equal to 1/2. And then it says one diagonal is 20. So I can put that in for one diagonal. Oops. That's 20. The other diagonal is what we're trying to find, so I'm going to call it x. And then you've just got to do the algebra here. Let's take half of 20 first. At 100 equals 10x, and then we're dividing by 10 to find the missing piece. The missing piece is 10, so the missing diagonal would actually be 10 inches. Alright, the biggest thing I do want you to take away from this section in general is a lot of the things we're going to talk about in terms of area have actual application out in the real world. So that's what this last problem is looking at. It says the diagram below shows a figure that will be painted on a building. The triangle will be painted blue, and the rest of the figure will be painted orange. How many square feet of blue and orange paint is needed? So let's focus in on the blue first. So I'm going to color it in. I think that helps to visualize it, is we want this part to be blue. So that happens to be a triangle. So for the blue part, we know that since it's a triangle, we have to do 1/2 base times height. The base of the triangle is 8, the height of the triangle is 5. That's 1/2 of 40, which means the answer for the blue part is we need 20 square feet of paint. It's the orange part that I need you to think about for a second. So this part's supposed to be orange. Is that actually a shape, the orange part of that? That's what I need you to think about. So the outside shape does happen to be a trapezoid, but it's not the whole trapezoid that's orange. So to get the orange, I'm going to have to think about the math that has to happen here, as I actually have to do the trapezoid minus the triangle. So I have to subtract the blue part off to figure out how much orange paint we need, because we're not painting the whole trapezoid orange. So let's find the trapezoid area first over here. The trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. The bases are the 10 and the 12, and the height of the trapezoid is 9. So that's going to be 1/2 of 22 times 9, which is going to be 99 if you calculate that out. 99 feet squared, but that, again, that's not the orange answer yet, so I need you to not stop there. I need you to do the trapezoid minus the triangle to figure out how much orange we need. We actually need 79 square feet of orange. So there's a problem like this at the end of the homework. I really need you to think about what it is asking you to find, and making sure that if it's not the whole shape that you're subtracting the part that might be a different color. Okay, so from here, I have just a couple quick problems I want you to do on Class Kick, just to see that you watched the lesson and that you can practice this. Those are due by the end of the period. And then I need you to complete the homework. That is due by class time tomorrow.